welcome to Bring Out the Woman, the podcast where faith meets healing, purpose meets truth, and women who were once stuck behind a wall can come out and rise. I am your host, Keon, and I'm Keon today because I'm joined by three special ladies. And we're going to be talking about today divine friendship for difficult seasons. And I say divine because our friendship kind of just collided. It just kind of happened. It was unexpected. Because I had got to the point in my life at a certain age, I felt like I already had all the friends that I needed to have. So it was a pleasant surprise, but we didn't know that during the course of that friendship, our lives would take some drastic turns, and each of us in a different way. And so we're going to talk about how God can divinely, orchestrate, put people in your life for seasons that you didn't even know were coming. So I'm going to let them all just quickly introduce themselves and then we'll get right on into it. So I'll start here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Tamara. I am I guess I'm just me. I am like the supportive type of friend. I've known Keon for over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we work at Rutgers together, and we've known each other for a long time, but we got really close probably the last 10 when I moved to South Jersey.
Yeah.
My name is Kenya, and I am the youngest out of the crew.
Which is why she doesn't have glasses.
I am the youngest out of this crew, and I am the ambitious one out the crew. Give everybody a shot, a dose of reality. I'm her in the crew. I met Keon at Restoration Station Christian Fellowship about 8 years ago, and we've been rocking ever since.
And I'm Lavon Edwards, soon to be Forche. Thank you. And I think I'm the fun one in the group. We're all fun, but I think I bring a little bit more spice to the group, I met Keon probably around, I guess, 8 years ago too. I'm not sure the timeline, but she's been a special part of my life ever since. My sister friend. I love her so much.
See, we all have different personalities. If you haven't noticed that. And we all, minus Tamara, met at Restoration Station Christian Fellowship. So we're going to shout out Restoration Station. Shout out Pastor Joy. Shout out Bishop. We love y'all. It's a place where change happens.
It does.
Absolutely.
Our friendship certainly happened there. But like Tamara said, we had known each other prior, but we did become close going to Restoration Station because we made a pact with one another. We needed a home church, and we said we're going to find something and we're going to hold each other accountable. And that's how we started really becoming close. And you can't see the lady behind the camera, but we're going to shout her out, Leah Wells. Yes, who I've known since, I don't know, like she was 5. I don't know, something like that. And she's still a part of my life. So I'm just so grateful to be in this space today with all of them. And each one, kind of said what they bring. And I think for me, I was like the bridge. I like to say the bridge. Like, I'm connected us in some way, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I just still feel like somehow that's still my role in the group somehow. And I'm also, along with Lavon, we're the nurturers.
Yes.
Because Tamara and Kenya, they nurture, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
It looks different. Well, you heard Kenya say she brings the reality, so that should let you know we got to balance it with a little nurturing.
A little more direct in our approach.
We're the woo-woo-wooers.
You guys are the wooers.
Yes.
We're just direct. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Woo.
Yeah.
So
A little bit
me and
more about
Lavon, we
iron
play
fist.
off that very well. Yes. So, Thank you for answering. That was really funny and cute. So I'm going to ask this question. What brought us together initially? And any one of you can answer it. And when did you first sense that this was more than just a casual connection?
I can answer it.
Okay.
I think I came to the group last. So I came last. They were already connecting with each other. And then Keon strategically asked me to go out to eat. And I said yes, begrudgingly said yes. But I went, and since that day, she connected me with the others. Like she said, she's the bridge. I also think that out of the group, and you guys can let me know, I think I'm the least likely. Like, I think I'm the most different fit, more of a wild card of the bunch. I think I'm a little different, the least likely to be a part, and the one who came into the group kicking and screaming, and I am still kicking
The baby.
and screaming
The baby.
to be a part of this, but
Uh-huh.
but it was divine and it was necessary. As more time went on and life was lifing and circumstances and things were just moving, I just found myself in the group, and I just found myself being friends with them. Like, it just happened. It's nothing I asked for. It just happened, and I'm just a part of the group. And I'm glad. Now I'm glad to be
Now
a
you're
part of
glad?
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it
thank
works for
goodness.
Well, it was definitely a bridge for us because they didn't even want to give me a chance.
Absolutely not.
Just by the
Me
look
and-
of my face.
No.
That's true.
Which I don't
We both
understand.
said, what?
Especially from Kenya.
Who?
I don't understand because
Everybody wants to be my friend.
yeah, but I mean, they made it seem like I just looked like I was going, punch people
You
in the
did.
face or something. But once they got to know me, which was very quickly, it was like, after the first impression, because me and Kenya did not want to meet. We was like,
Absolutely not.
they just, both of them actually kept saying, y'all are so much alike. Y'all have a lot of ways alike. And we was like, nah, we good. We
Nope.
good. But once we all connected, it's like, can't do
Right.
without them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess.
everything we do, it's like, gotta let the crew know. You know what I'm saying? So, even if it takes a little minute.
Mhm.
That was true.
They're both salty.
And I think the life group kind of helped with that too.
It did.
We had a life group that was part of our church Restoration
Mhm.
Station, and it allowed us to, get to know each other on a different level, and some of the other women too. And I specifically remember I was hosting it, and Kenya got there extra early because she's
Sure. Good for her.
as you can see how she is. Kenya lives her life in a way where she has her things are set. You know what I mean? It works for her. So when she came early, she was coming to warn me, like, listen, I'm not gonna really talk a lot. I'm gonna just watch, observe. That's why I came early, because she's more of a introvert. And then she'll need time to kind of get her energy back up and come back and pop out again. But she ended up being so
You sat next to
formative
me.
to that group. Yeah,
That's how we
Mhm.
she shared, maybe not right away, but then she
Mhm.
really started, sharing.
Mhm.
And then her and Levon just kicked it off
Mhm.
soon as they met each other.
Mhm.
But we didn't realize then what God was doing.
Mhm.
And he is so when I look back and see the hand of God on the friendship, because we hadn't walked through the dark season
Yeah.
of our life. It was like he gave us the opportunity to meld, to get together. Like Kenya was about to go to Costa Rica. She was trapped. It was like all these things. It was before the world shut down. It was before
Yeah.
2020.
Mhm.
And so each of us experienced difficult moments, sometimes at the same time,
Yeah.
sometimes in different seasons. But how did this sisterhood show up for you during one of your hardest moments?
Wow. Well, I can say for me, going through the shift of divorce, man, I'm about to cry because each one of you guys played a pivotal part in my healing and my healing journey. And I don't think that I would be here if it wasn't for you guys. Actually, I was just saying that the other day to a friend of mine that even though I went through, my therapist, just being able to lean on you guys. Keon and I actually were going through divorces at the same time. So it was like she knew exactly where I was when I was going through it and vice versa. But you guys just being there, me being able to talk through things and process things, it was like Keon said, it's only God, because if I wouldn't have known you guys, I don't even know if I would have made it through that season. So, yeah. That's the answer for me.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, it's a couple things. One, Keon really rocked with me when I was going through cancer. She showed up she voluntold me. She was coming to my appointments with me, where I'm not a person that lets everybody in.
Oh, really?
So I'm not a person that lets everybody in, and you have to kind of figure me out. And so she just inserted herself, and I didn't fight against it. I said, okay, I think she was a little shocked, but I said, okay, she came, she showed up for me. And then shortly after that, the transition came with me and LaVon, because she stepped in when I was coming out of praise and worship. She took my place. But when I got back, it was like she was a sister that I didn't even know I had, type of thing. And we often get in trouble. We would get in trouble often. And then when Kenya kicked in, it was my biggest moment was during my nephew and my father passing. All three of them collectively, just I didn't have to think about anything. They just made sure they rocked with me. They showed up. My birthday, they showed up. They've just been a big support, because I'm not a big speaker of myself. So they just you guys just kind of know how to bring stuff out without intruding too much. And y'all just let me be me, and I appreciate that.
That's true too. We do. And when you brought up LaVon and you, what was funny is when we first got to Restoration Station, people thought me and Tamara were best friends. And let us all say, right, we've developed a sisterhood and it's real, right? It took us by surprise. But we each have our own other sets of best friends and this group. So
one of mine is here. So
behind the camera. And so I want to ask this question. Have you ever struggled explaining this friendship to other people that you especially because we met, it was before I was 50. Like I said, I thought I was good in my friendships,
I think
right?
we all did.
Yeah. And so then did you ever have to explain it to people who didn't understand, other friends? How was that?
Definitely.
What did you say?
Definitely. My friends really struggle with this, because my life is very in order. Everyone is in their place. And I'm comfortable with everyone where they are and everything. And I met these ladies about 2 years after my son passed. So I already was in a place where I was thinking, who am I, or what's going to happen next? I had been a parent my whole adult life. So I was already kind of thinking what I was going to do. Now I have friends, I have a core group of friends and everything, and they know me too. So they know I play everything close to the vest. They're my people are my people, and that's it. I'm a no new friends type of chick. So when these ladies came around, my friends was looking at me like, did they drug you? Like, are you okay? These girls are showing up. Why are these new people coming around? What is this? And I would tell them, and they still would stare at me. I would be like, I don't know. They were like, well, what do you mean? You met them? They're here. I would be like, I don't have an answer. It's God, it's divine. And one of my friends did say to me, it must be because they know me. I don't, they know me, but trying to explain to them what it was and that it wasn't me controlling it. And it was orchestrated by God and the Holy Spirit. And my other friends are friends of faith too. So they understand. That was literally the only explanation that I could give them because it was the answer.
Lavon or Tamara, you struggle to explain it to other?
I think I just had one friend that was a little like, what's happening here? My other friends are more like me. So they're just like, hey, whoever, But I just always say it's definitely a God. I can't even explain it.
Right.
It's just I don't even know how to explain. There's no words, but that God did this. Only God could.
And how do you honor the other relationships by still keeping to this assignment?
Mine is easy
Okay.
because my best friends are also your friends already.
True.
And most of them all of them you've known probably before me.
That's
So
true.
it was an easy transition for me.
That's true.
They're okay with my crew, then they're okay with my besties. So, and often they all collide for me. So it's all okay for me. That bridging the gap part of it for me was good. I don't have any issues.
And I think for me, it's the same thing. I was able to blend, it's like Zelda's my best friend. Lisa's in North Carolina, but Zelda's here. And now Zelda's friends with Lavon and Kenya and Tamara. And they text her and I don't get all like, why are you texting her? She my friend, And I think the biggest part was
I'm a little different.
Yes, but you did
I don't
blend us at one time, which was shocking to me.
at one time.
Yeah.
So my friends aren't as blended though. Like you don't have really access to them. Like I can call Leah and talk to Leah at any time, Tamika at any time, Zelda at any time. I'm not necessarily as blended with Lavon's friends, but I am with her family.
Yes.
Not her friends, but her family.
Yes.
But I think that is because that comes from me. Because back to, I don't know if I want them blended. I don't know if I do. Like, because I think I'm a little bit more possessive with my people. Like they're mine, not really to share. Because each group of my friends and each people, I get something from them. Like I know they get something from me. And I'll be honest, I don't want to share it. So I'm a little different.
Yeah. The only one of your friends I feel like I could reach out to that I have access to is Tiani. But I think
But
that's
she's a
because
different type of a
she's
person
Ken
herself.
Roblin.
True.
Those two people, I say
True.
that, but I kind of knew Roblin a little bit before.
Yeah.
Tiani
Right,
didn't,
right.
but it's because of the construct of where we were in Restoration Station. When she
Right.
joined.
And who they are and their personalities.
It's true. It's
Right.
true. Yeah, yeah. And but I think also, like you said, the disconnection works. I've had to kind of explain it myself and just reassure people that, but you're still my best friend. Like there's still some
Right.
things you might know that they don't. Right. And, even for Lisa being so far
Right.
away, I haven't been able to integrate her and probably won't just because of distance.
Right.
She's met them, for a wedding, but just trying to not calm people's fears, but I think all of us can have a way where we feel possessive of our friendships because, we put time in and we feel like these are people. And then when it looks like, well, they look like they're getting a little close,
Yes.
because me and Kenya were having a conversation the other day. She's like when you tell stories about back in the day, I'm there with you. Like I can see myself
I
there
do.
with you.
I feel like I was because we've gotten so close that I feel like we've always known each other.
It's true.
Like I feel like
It's true.
I was there. Like it's weird. Like I was there, or I would have been.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wanted to answer the question because I didn't answer this about when I realized, like during one of my difficult seasons, that this was something, was when I could have gone to jail. Like it was that, when I could have, because there was an incident and
Situation.
it was a situation. It was a 911. Like,
Yes, it was.
one day I'll tell it all on this podcast, but it was a 911, and I went to Kenya. I was like, "Oh, yo," and this is how I'm talking. That's why I said today I'm Keon. Don't get it it twisted. I'll be pastoring it tomorrow. But for today, I was just like, oh yeah, I gotta go check something out. And she was like, not without. We're gonna go, but we have to do it in a certain way. And thank God that I didn't have my car at the time. It was just God protects fools. Like
Yes.
He does.
Say that again.
Yes.
Mhm.
And even in your friendships, there's it. What I like about us, we're not all going through like something at the exact same
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Like at least one or two of us are going to step in and be like, "Oh, girl,
Yeah.
we got to pray,"
Right.
Yeah.
or "Girl, we got to call the cops,"
Yeah.
or "Girl, you need to go to therapy."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
Like,
girl, let's go fight him because I'm ready.
that part
I'm
too.
down for that.
Like where, what time I have to be
Right.
there?
Mhm.
You know, because you're talking about real life stuff. You know,
Mhm.
but one thing that I'm grateful for is how we're starting to kind of, some of us, we're turning the page.
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
Definitely.
do you sense a shift?
100%.
Mhm.
I can answer that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, and
It's a strong shift.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
It's just rolling, and you're like, yo, and then you think back to like all the different things we've gone through in such a small time, and then
True.
to end up to be here turning the page and it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not all of it is sure, but it looks good.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to see everybody flourishing where businesses are growing and
Mhm.
relationships are molding and
Mhm.
there's just a lot of new chapters.
Mhm.
I'm thankful that we're on the other side of through at this
Okay.
season, you know, because it is rough. Some harsh realities over the last 5 years.
Yes.
Right.
That's true.
Mhm.
We've had deaths.
Mhm.
You know,
Sicknesses.
sicknesses,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
unexplained
right.
things. We've gone over to Philly
Yeah.
and go to the hospital.
Mhm.
I'm just like, wait,
Yes.
what's
Stayed
happening?
up all night in the
Yes.
hospital in
Yes.
Florida.
Yes.
Had to get in the wheelchair.
We've had 911 calls where we've
Right.
gotten up and had to just meet at a meeting spot,
Right.
and we go through it. And even though we have our outside people, there's times
And
where
they
it has
show
to
up
be
too.
us four no
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I
more
mean?
Mhm.
in
Right.
those seasons.
Yes.
I mean, we tell the others they're a part of it all,
Of course.
but then there's just moments where it's us
Just
four
us.
and no more.
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
realized that a little while ago.
Yeah.
At moments, we just need the
It-
us four
yeah.
and no more.
Yeah.
For sure.
It just works.
It
Yeah.
does.
No, that's true.
And it doesn't mean that we haven't told the others.
Yeah.
It just
Right.
we
means
don't
that
love them. We're not
No,
including them.
it just
It's
means
just
to me,
we need that
that's what
connection.
sometimes
No,
it's
it
just
is.
us.
It's just
Mhm.
us, and it's not to hurt anyone's
Nobody's
feelings
not
or
against
exclude
anyone,
them or
or-
anything like that.
Nope.
Because Kenya, I wanted you to share something
Okay.
where you realized it through your aunt
Mhm.
when she said,
Okay.
"Explain that story," because
Okay.
we're just thinking,
Okay.
we just here for each
Mhm.
other. That's
Right.
just what we
That's
do.
what we
Forgot
do.
about
Right.
that. So, I was giving my dad a birthday party, and my aunt lives in North Carolina, and she was coming to visit and stay and attend the party. And it was a surprise party for my dad. So I had my friends come and do all the things at the party, the
Mhm.
setup, making sure everything was okay, hosting it, etc. My aunt is here because it's a surprise, so I'm bringing my dad to the party. When everything was all said and done, my aunt comes back to my house. We recap the party. We're talking about everything, and she said to me, she was like, "Those ladies, they're your friends that was at the party hosting and making sure everything was okay." And I was like, "Yeah." I hadn't introduced her to them yet. I think I had introduced her to Keon, but I hadn't introduced them as a group or, individually yet or anything. And so she says to me, she said, "Your friendship with these ladies, it looks like something." I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "I don't know." She's like, "It's like spiritual or something." She was like, "I just can tell that you guys belong together." She was like, "I don't know if you know, but it looks like a thing." And I was like, well, trying to get her to tell me more, like, "What you mean?" She said, "I can't explain it."
Mhm.
She said, "I don't know." She said, "I'm just telling you what I see." And she said, "And it just feels good."
Mhm.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because she is seeing this on the outside looking in. She's in town visiting. I hadn't introduced and explained anything to her, but she felt it and she saw it and she equated it to something that felt good.
Mhm. That's deep because
Mhm.
I never took the time to pause to think, what does it look like from the
Mhm.
outside? I kind of got glimpses of it just by some reactions
To
of
our friendship.
others,
Absolutely.
right?
To our
saying-
friendship, yeah.
So I said it.
Mhm.
It must look like something,
Mhm.
but to hear that and to hear that, it's like we said, we can't even explain.
Mhm.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Lavon, what did you learn about yourself during the seasons when life felt like it was falling apart? And what did those seasons teach you about true sisterhood?
I actually realized how much stronger I was. I always thought that, yes, I probably never even thought about it. I never even thought about how strong I was until I had to go through my divorce, and I had to go through some difficult things leading up to my divorce, and realizing that my life was going to be different than how I thought that it was going to turn out. And that I have resilience, and that I have and that I just have the ability to actually change atmospheres with who I am. And so I don't even think I knew who I was until I went through those difficult seasons. And I think sometimes that's the way God plans it. He's like, okay, I'm going to put you in a situation because I need to graduate you to the next level. And you'll never get it if you stay where you are. So I think that he had to take me through some things and also give me examples in you guys. Like, I look at each one of you guys all play a part for me together, but you also play a part for me individually. And how you guys spoken to me in those times when I was like, you know what, it is what it is, but you guys spoken to me individually, you spoken to me collectively. You kind of pushed me. Like the other day we were at Kenya's house and we were talking, and you were like, you just like the little
Jeanette could.
Because sometimes for me, I stay in my head a lot, so it takes a lot for me to process. It takes a lot for me to take a step. So you guys coming into my life and like, Lavon, you can do it. Like, just keep moving, and I may do it, and I may do it a little slower than y'all do. But when I get it, I'm like, okay, I got it. And so I realized that my strength is rejuvenated even when I'm around you guys. My strength is rejuvenated. And I just feel so loved by you guys, at all times, so yeah, that's fine. I feel loved by you guys, and I feel like I can be me, genuinely me. And I think for years in my life, I couldn't be. And even my other friends, I can't be me, but I play another role with them.
Exactly.
But with you guys, I feel like I can just be completely me. Sometimes I'm like, why am I like this? And y'all, why are you like this? But I know that I don't know. I feel like I carry a joy in me that I bring to the group.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
do.
So
yeah, you bring the joy, you bring the fun. And I tease Lavon because, our lives have been parallel, like going through divorce and stuff. And so, like, I remember filing first, right? And this is why I said she's a little internet good, because if she doesn't like to be left out or anything. She's competitive in a good way. It's not bad. But then so she's like, oh, you ain't leaving me. And then what happens is she passes me. So literally, I could start something or one of us, but Lavon, once she gets her mojo and that momentum, man, you gonna look back and she gonna be passing. Yes.
She just did it again.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I told her.
She will do it.
Did it again.
She will do it.
And I'm just so happy and joyful for her.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed, she mentioned
Soon
I
to
won't
be.
tell you business. So she
Soon to
said
be.
soon to be. So
Yes.
she's engaged.
Yes.
Woo! We are so happy for our friend. Like,
Absolutely.
when I tell you the joy in my
Oh,
heart,
baby.
anyone
Ooh,
who
child.
deserves
Woo.
this
Oh.
love and
Yes.
joy, it is her.
Absolutely.
don't y'all make me cry, because I'm
No,
the emotional
right
one too.
here.
And I just feel when you said resilient, and you're just such an example of the goodness of God,
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
of waiting on Him,
Mhm.
you know, and trusting Him even when you can't trace Him, when you can't feel Him.
Mm.
We're not going by sight, we're going by our faith,
Mhm.
you know. And when I look at you, I see beauty for ashes. That's all
Mhm.
I think of, you know, and boy, how beautiful it is. So I'm happy to be part of it too.
I'm
Yeah.
happy you're a part of
Mhm.
it too.
So, how would you answer that question, Tamara? What did you learn about yourself during the seasons when life felt like it was falling apart, and what did those seasons teach you about true sisterhood?
That friends are okay. Sister
Mm.
friends, female friends are okay.
Mm.
I've never been a big proponent of having female friends. I kept them all at a distance.
Mhm.
I let a few in, and I was good, you know, with the
Mhm.
ones that I had, and I didn't want anything else, you know, and so it's been a good journey for me though, because y'all saw me leaning and didn't judge me for it, and still stayed my friend in the midst of it, where I'm pretty sure had it been others, it probably would have been dissolved, because either I would have dissolved it because I'm like, you do one thing wrong to me and you just done.
Mhm.
That's always been my little, you know, thing. But I think I've been delivered a little bit. But a little bit.
Mhm. Mhm.
But no, like I appreciate it, and I fight for my friendship. I think I am most loyal
Mhm.
to friendship. Like I won't give up on any one of y'all for any reason, even when y'all get on my nerve.
Mhm.
And there's been
It's
days-
usually me getting
We
on
get
the
each
nerves.
other.
no, we've gotten on each other's
all
nerves.
have.
But I think we are okay with that, because we know
Mhm.
what each one is gonna say, how they gonna say it,
Mhm.
Where it's
and-
coming
and
from.
how- and where it's coming from.
Right.
And I think that's the easiest part, because it's not coming from it's coming from a place of love, and not
Yes.
a place of like malice or
Mhm.
you know, talking behind
Right.
a person's back. It's
Mhm.
how can we get her to be better?
That's
Mhm.
right.
How can we get her to the other side of her
Yes.
situation
Yes.
and get her to see it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Even down to, why don't you just go see somebody? Now y'all know I wasn't down with that,
Mhm.
but
Oh, tell the story to
I'm gonna tell it. I'll just
Oh.
tell it.
I'm so proud of
Listen,
Oh.
I am 50 and 2 and
Oh, you gotta be 50 plus 2.
you know, and I really appreciate it, because sometimes you're going through so many things and you try to figure it out for yourself, and I'm the figure it out for yourself type of person.
Mhm.
I just have that thought process of, I didn't ask people to get in it. I'm not asking people to help me get out of it. I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
But I do appreciate when friends, real friends, can see you and say, listen, you lean in,
Mhm.
and we know somebody.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sharon.
Hey, girl, hey.
We know somebody who can get you through.
Mhm.
And so, you know, I got introduced to Sharon in that realm of, go talk to her and just see what she's about. And she was amazing. We had a couple of sessions, and she helped me, you know, get balanced again.
Mhm.
Even it was only a few sessions, but it was just that little bit helped a
Mhm.
whole lot.
Mhm.
And I still take it with me. And then I think I rely on you guys now
Mhm.
to be that real part of my life that says, what you doing? You leaning, you know, or you go and keep going.
Mhm.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, even when I don't say it,
Right.
or even when I side-eyed you. You know,
Right.
like
Mhm.
it's okay. But I think we are all at a point where we can say the uncomfortable thing
Mhm.
and still be like, yo, but I got you.
Absolutely.
And I think that
Yeah.
means the most
Right.
in
Yeah.
friendship.
It doesn't damage the
It
friendship.
doesn't
No.
damage
And like
it.
you can feel a certain way about it, because let's be honest, we all do. We all have pride, or,
Mhm.
you know, we be
Absolutely.
like, oh, what you talking about?
Mhm.
But then when you really get alone at night,
Mhm.
you know it right away. Though.
That's
But-
me. That's me. I gotta ponder on it. Like I gotta take
Right.
it home and think about it. Y'all took me out to dinner and tried to wreck my whole life.
Yeah, we
And-
did.
and-
we did.
But I think I
Yes.
surprised y'all in receiving it.
Mhm.
Yes,
Because
because
I
I thought
did.
it was gonna be a little fight.
We did. We did.
We had to
We
pray
did.
and listen.
Yes.
But it's good to do this in
Yeah,
friendships. Because one thing I
absolutely.
can say about us is what Levon says about love. I feel safe
Yes.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
feel
For sure.
so
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
And nothing I've ever said,
Mm-hmm.
done has gotten outside.
Mhm.
Like, we don't talk about each other like that.
Mhm.
Or
Right.
if we hear somebody be like, ho, ho, you
Mhm.
going
Oh,
too
that's
far.
been proven.
Right.
No, baby.
That's
Like,
believe.
don't
Honey.
even get started.
Don't. Like,
That's
That's
believe.
been
That's
yes.
all. That's all.
Yes.
Yes.
because
Don't
Yes.
use
people,
that.
Right.
get comfortable or
Mhm.
whatever. But I
Mhm.
feel,
Until they
I
don't.
feel safe. Yeah. Because there was a time in my life where I was going through what I was going through where I wasn't safe.
Mhm.
I didn't feel safe. But
Mhm.
this friendship, this sisterhood
Mhm.
has created safety.
Mhm.
And when you're safe, you can heal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
For
heal.
sure.
And
Mhm.
so, I mean, sometimes I feel like I've been integrated into Kenya's life so much. I'm like, oh, I was her dad and
Yeah.
all kind of things,
All
that
things.
we all went through. Like
Mhm.
Tamara said, when she lost her dad, it was my son's graduation.
Graduation.
I was in the middle of setting up, getting ready to decorate for his
Yeah.
And
party.
we had to, and then you're like, oh my gosh, all of this is happening.
Yeah.
But her mom, a trooper, she still comes and brings some mac and cheese. I'm just saying, like,
I
then
still
she
made phone calls
I
talking
know.
about
I
this
was
is how I
just
want it set up.
I was like, girl, get
Mm.
to your dad. But you didn't know at the time. They
Yeah.
hadn't told you
Yeah.
that he had passed away. They wanted you to
Well,
get
no,
there, right?
I knew.
Okay.
I knew, and I knew I had to get there. I knew
Okay.
he was gone.
Okay.
Okay.
But even because that's when we called because you wanted to try to take me, but you had your son's party, and I
Mhm.
was like, no, stay for that.
Mhm.
And so I called my other bestie, Tamika. Shout out, Miki.
Hey.
And so called her. I didn't even give her an explanation. I was like, get here now and take me to Edison. That's all I said. And she was like, I'm on my way.
Mhm.
Right.
And so by the time when I got there, I already knew he was gone. But once I got there, and I mean, I got, phone calls, everybody was checking on me and everything. But then in my mindset, because of who I am, I still had decor in the back of my head, and it still had to be set up a certain way.
Mhm.
And I just didn't want to leave. I didn't want to abandon her. And I think that is the support part of me.
Mhm.
I still show up
You
no
Mhm.
matter
Now that's
what
you
I'm
do.
going through.
That's
and how I'm
true.
feeling.
That's all.
I will
Yes.
show up broken
Yes.
in my body,
Yup.
broken in my spirit,
Absolutely.
broken.
Yes.
So
But
true.
I'm gonna still make sure
That
that
is a fact.
Mhm.
whoever I'm connected to is good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that matters to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I expect the same. I can't always say that I did, but I expect the same from my friendships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you guys have proven
Mhm.
that you're that
Mhm.
you show up no matter what. We've all supported in different ways.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coming from like a session, I went straight to Levon's house and was like, and I'm not a crier, I'm an OG. I'm not a crier.
Thug Fizzle.
But
Shout
I
out
came
to
to her
Thug
house.
Fizzle. You know who that is. Shout out to my little
she knows
Thug
who she
Fizzle.
is. Came from one of them sessions where you crying on the couch, and
Mhm.
you just need somebody to just be like woo woo woo, and Levon is the wooer.
She's the wooer.
She
and
She's the wooer.
and she like I'm walking across the lawn, she comes outside like.
Right.
And that meant a lot because I needed it. I just needed a hug in that moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But everybody just shows up big
In our
Just when
own
you-
way.
When
In
you
our
feel
way,
like
yep.
you kind of like
Absolutely.
distancing, and you'll get a call from Kenya. What you doing? Where you at? What you got going
Yup.
on? I ain't heard from
That's
you.
right.
What's wrong with you?
That's right.
So I appreciate that because
Yeah.
sometimes you get in your feelings and you
Yeah.
feel forgotten.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then you be like, yo, where my people at? And then
Yeah.
they start showing up little
Yep.
by little.
Yep.
It's like, what you doing?
Yep.
We need a girls' day. We need a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, everybody stop what you doing.
That's
That's
right.
true.
And
We got to do our
Let's
check-in.
go.
It has
Yep.
to be,
Yeah.
this. So
Like you kind of quiet over there.
we
Start
need an
checking
update.
in. What's going on?
We need
Kind
updates.
of quiet.
absolutely, and it makes life easier.
It
It
does.
does.
It does.
It brings a balance that we
It
didn't know
does.
we needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Because life gets busy.
Yeah.
And seasons change.
Mhm.
But Kenya, what do you think has helped us maintain this connection over time?
Maintain the connection over time. I think because we're locked in.
Mhm.
I think so. I don't even look at it as maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think it's just we are now woven into each other's lives.
Mhm.
We feel each other. We're there when necessary. So interesting that I'm saying this now, right? Because right, but I'm going to just say I don't look at it as maintenance at all.
Okay.
I don't look at it as maintenance.
Now, what about?
I love that.
And that is really
That's
that is
strong and
so
big for her.
good. Because I'm wondering, with
Okay.
all the shifts that are happening
Yeah.
in
Right.
our lives,
Yeah.
you know, direction, who knows where Lavon is going to take as she gets married.
Right.
What that's going to look like for our friendship.
Mm.
Is anything going to change?
I think so, though.
Me too.
I think things will change,
Mhm.
but I think in a good way.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think that things sometimes are seasonal.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Things are seasonal, and I definitely know the timing of us coming together as a sisterhood was for a reason, the
Mhm.
timing.
Mhm.
And now the time that has passed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we all needed each other
Yeah.
for what we had to bring in each other's lives.
Mhm.
I mean, this is not ending, but
No.
it's going to look
Different.
different.
Yeah.
It's going to feel different, and that's okay because there was purpose to this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It was purpose,
Mhm.
and it's going to look different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
I
going to
always-
feel good.
I'm sorry.
I think
didn't
this
mean to
one.
interrupt.
No, I was going to say, but she might have the hardest time with it. I think.
Right.
I think
No,
Lavon-
I think I
talking about
will.
this
I will.
earlier.
I think
Lavon,
I will
I think,
have
will
more
have the hardest
because
time.
change is like, you know, of course, difficult for
Mhm.
everybody. But I always say to my fiance, I do say this
Oh,
all the time.
baby.
Like, there's a different type of replenishing that I get when I'm around you guys
Mhm.
than I do with anybody else.
Mhm.
So there's times when, you know, and I had a discussion with him. I'm like, there's times when I'm gonna need to be with my girls,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
because I
And
just
you're gonna want me.
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Necessary.
Exactly. But I think that even though there's a shift, I think because of our relationship and how it was established and how we stay connected, I think that it has garnered such a trust between us
Mhm.
that when we do shift, you know, when the shift happens, that we still will be able to come back together. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like
I
all
agree.
whenever it's necessary.
Right,
You know,
and it'll look different. Maybe
It
it's
just
gonna
look
look
different.
like we're traveling. and
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
whatever. We're
Yes.
hosting, like when you hosted your pajama thing. or,
Right.
you know, it'll be maybe curating some
Mhm.
of those kind of
Right.
moments.
But I think that we create such a balance for each other
Mhm.
that regardless of what relationships or
Mhm.
entrepreneurial journeys or
Yes.
whatever everyone's about to embark on or
Mhm.
whatever is about to shift,
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to shift to the degree where we'll be totally out of sync or out of
Right.
alignment. I think it'll look different, but I don't expect it to feel different.
Right.
Yeah.
And I expect y'all to lead
Yeah.
me. You got to help me on my team with this stuff.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like
It's like,
We
but
not
we're
going
talking
nowhere,
right. So that's what I'm saying. We don't want to talk like
No.
anybody's going anywhere,
Right.
but things are changing in our lives individually.
it's
Yeah.
all about me.
Right.
No,
But no, I think it is gonna look different because we have new journeys going
Mhm.
That's
on.
right.
But it doesn't mean that no one's gonna be a part of it. We'll
Mhm.
all still be a part of it. It's just that we might have to travel a little ways to
Mhm.
get to it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
and be more intentional.
and be
Right.
more intentional
Yeah.
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
you know
That's
making
true.
sure it happens. And we still have where I know we're still gonna have those moments where it's gonna be one text or a phone call and be like, yo,
Mhm.
drop it all, come
Right.
now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we're doing, where we're at, and
Mhm.
what we looking like, because
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we'll come out any
we sure
We
any
know.
which way we got to
Yes.
come out
Ah.
Yeah.
and show up. We show
Yes.
up.
Definitely.
And that's the fun part, I think, of
Mhm.
it all. Even in the rough moments when we showed up, by the time we got to the table, it became funny. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Even talking about the hard moments,
Mhm.
it became funny.
It's true.
You know?
Now.
It's-
Yeah,
Now.
Right.
Things
No,
are funny
I mean,
now.
But even in those moments where we find a joke in everything.
Right.
True.
Especially
And
this
by
one.
the end of the
That's what I
night,
was gonna
we
say. She'll
came
pop it off.
in like in tears, but we left out like, yo, this was everything I needed.
Mhm.
See y'all tomorrow, and it could
Yeah.
be 2 a.m.
Mhm.
Yeah.
when we get done. But we showed up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 So, what would you say, and any one of you can answer this, to a woman listening who feels like she's walking through a difficult season alone?
Mm.
What would you say?
Well, for me, I can only speak for my own journey, but for me, it made a difference to have a village. to have people that you can lean on. And just like Keon said, that you can feel safe with, that you can feel like genuinely like you can be yourself. You can let your guard down. And if I need to cry, I need to cry. If I need to fight, I need to fight. If I need to whatever, you have my back. And so if you find yourself alone, I would say you're not alone. You have somebody around you, somebody somewhere that you can call me.
Don't call her, please, y'all.
I'll make you laugh.
Are the ones that
Don't
say
call
me.
her.
I'll give you a
Being
hug.
fake.
I'll give you a hug.
Being
I'm calling
fake.
too much now.
Don't
But
call her.
for you.
you know,
Don't
yeah,
call
I'm
her.
ready for you
Oh,
to
you know that she
hug.
being so quick.
And connect
Don't
you
call
with
her.
and connect you with the connector who
Oh,
can connect
yeah.
you with
Oh,
somebody else.
don't call me.
Don't
Don't you do.
But I think
you
that
will.
village is
You will.
important. Like village saved my life.
Yes.
So I think that a good therapist
That's good.
and Jesus
Yes.
Yeah.
and your village.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
good.
You did it.
That's very good advice.
Yeah.
Yes. But how can women recognize when God is placing someone in their life as a divine connection rather than just a casual friendship?
Ooh.
I think the baby should
I was
answer.
gonna say she can answer that because she was the one.
She
that
was the
had
one that was
kicking and screaming.
You know, the A's and the C's.
Right.
Oh my gosh, don't get us started on that.
Mm.
We gotta
Right.
bring them back for that story.
Right.
Whatever.
Part 2, tune in.
Whatever. Ooh. I think it is it's a feeling and it's something. So okay, I'll be fully transparent. So it's when you try to resist it and you can't, because I was being resistant. Will we all agree
Amen.
that I was being
Absolutely.
resistant
Amen.
to this here?
Mhm. Yes.
When you're trying to resist, but what happens is God just lays out something and then he lays out another something
Mhm.
and you don't have a choice but to like follow. It's almost like you're resisting going right and God is like, yeah, nah, we're gonna go left. It's almost like a magnet making you, forcing you, because what happens is God knows better what we need
Yeah.
than
That's
we
true.
do.
Yeah.
That's it.
And when God wants something to happen,
Mhm.
it's gonna happen.
Yep.
You can fight against it if
Yep.
you want, but it's gonna happen. And but in this particular situation, I will say that it has made me better.
Mhm.
It has been better, and God knew exactly what I needed.
Mhm.
That's good because you kind of answered the final question. So I'll let Levon and Tamara answer that. Looking at the journey that we've shared, what do you think God was trying to teach you through this sisterhood that you couldn't have learned alone?
Oh, can I continue then?
Yes.
On the ending of that question?
Yes, please.
I was gonna say, I just want to say, like, it's okay to be open. Like, if you're an introvert or you're not a real open person or not really trusting, it's okay to be open and use discernment.
Mhm.
So if I was being totally closed off, of which I was, but the difference is though, I love God. I have a relationship with God. So regardless of how resistant or obstinate I'm going to be, I'm going to listen to God, even if it's kicking and screaming. I'm going to do it. Ladies, y'all know that I'm going to do it. So I just went with it. But if anyone is scared to like be open and develop new relationships and new friendships, give it a try, but use your judgment, lean on God, and use your discernment so you know how far you need to go or how close you need to be with someone, and he'll guide you through. Because again, if it's for you, it'll be for you, and he knows better than we do what we need.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think friendship is not forced, and if it's feeling forced, then you have to evaluate that. Or if you feel like you're on the end of always outpouring and you're not getting anything in return, you have to evaluate that friendship. But organic friendship, it just continues to flow and happen naturally, no matter how you fight against it. The Lord will make it so that those are the ones that are always available for you.
Yep.
And to you, so they become a lifeline that you start using and testing, because you're still not sure, because again, you already have a set village, you have a set friendship, and you don't always want to let people in because one, we don't always know who can handle our stuff,
Right.
and we're a lot to handle.
Mhm.
No, like we are a lot to handle at any given moment, and
That's
you know, it's
Like,
and-
you know, as we try to bridge and
Mhm.
open,
and here's
Because
the,
it wasn't
that's the
for
truth.
them though.
Right.
Because it wasn't
yeah.
for
It
them.
was,
Yeah.
and we've
and
had
not in the bad.
we've had
Nope.
people
Mhm.
come in, but we've realized on the back end of that
Mhm.
is this, you know, and
And somehow we've opened up, and now we've become GGs and OGs.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yes.
So we've,
Right.
our world
Mhm.
has expanded.
it
even,
has.
you know, because some of them may have gotten attached to Kenya and some
Mhm.
Levant, but then we all, like, they just
Mhm.
love us, and
Mhm.
somehow
Yeah.
our world
Yeah, the
has
young
expanded.
folks love us.
Our youngins, we love y'all.
We love y'all. Oh, shout out to the young
Shout out
Johns.
to the young Jones.
But
The
like,
young Jones.
it's important to just try to embrace what God is putting before you.
Mhm.
And when the season is up, he'll let you know if it's up, if it was a seasonal thing or if it's a continual walk.
Mhm.
And you'll keep relying on them as they'll keep relying on you, and it just builds. If you're building and developing together
Mhm.
and you're encouraging one another,
Mhm.
it's going to always be the friendship that you need.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
that's the way
Like
I
you
look
said,
at it.
test it. You
Yeah.
know, and you do have to test it.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, comments?
No, I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much. I love each and every one of you guys. And thank you for being there for me in my life, in my journey. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to continue doing life with you guys. And I can't wait until y'all help me start planning my way.
It's probably gonna happen right after.
Right.
this.
It is. It is. I'll say, God did his big one.
He
You
did.
did.
I like y'all.
Whoop, whoop.
I do. I dig y'all.
And that's a miracle.
Yes, it is.
That is.
I love y'all.
Oh, look at that. It's on tape.
Oh, it's on tape.
We about to pass out.
Yeah, you can keep on.
Cut.
Zoom in that part. And
We did.
love y'all.
Yes.
We love you too.
And we definitely love you too.
We're gonna play that every single day. We need just that little snippet.
No, it's true. Because one thing about it is somehow we blend well. We have different personalities,
different
styles,
people,
thought
different people.
processes. But it's funny that we melt together, but then we each individually have our own relationships with each other.
Right.
Somehow it
Yeah.
all works.
Yeah.
You know,
I
sometimes
know,
it's
right?
like Tamara's turn and I'm
Mhm.
talking more to her.
Mhm.
Then sometimes it's, I'm
That
leaning
is
on
so
Levon
true. I
or
never thought
something.
about it like
Yeah, but we all do individually, not only as a group,
Yeah.
but individually too.
We're family.
We are.
I call
that
y'all
is
my
right.
family.
Oh,
Friend
that's
family.
cute.
But y'all are family. Y'all.
There's love.
Yes.
Family.
But I want to say to, anyone watching who, what Tamara and Kenya said about testing and, going on discernment. But sometimes you're praying for God to send an answer, and a miracle can come in the form of sisterhood.
Yes.
Somebody
That's
who's
good.
going to pray for you,
Yeah.
somebody who's going to ride it out with you, somebody who'll get up 2:00 in the morning and drive you to the emergency room. Like, it is,
In
that
Florida.
is
Yeah.
a miracle, and that is God showing up in your life. So just take a look around
Mhm.
and see if you have that, then you have a sisterhood. And a lot of things you may go through in life, you can't go through it alone. It's better. God, the Bible says 2 are better than 1, right? Because if one falls in the ditch, the other one can pick them up. So I'm praying that anything from this conversation you've gleaned is to lean on your support systems, develop your 911s,
Yes.
right? Those people you can call on in any moment and they're going to be there. And just begin to thank God for those people that He sent in your life, and just nurture and continue to nurture those relationships. So I'm just grateful for them. Pleasant surprise in my life. And part of the reasons why I'm even doing this podcast, because they've helped me heal in so many different ways. And I don't think I would be here exactly in this place without the friendship that was cultivated over the past years, and me being at Restoration Station. I think
Yep.
all of it was
Absolutely.
Yep.
intentional. God, like you said, he did his big
He
work,
did his
Mhm.
you know, with bringing us together. So I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Maybe I could bring them back again. But I want to thank you. And remember, the woman you are becoming, she is worth the work. So keep striving. Know that God is with you, he is for you, and he wants to bring you out of every wall that once tried to hold you back. So until next time, keep bringing out the woman.